Hi, this is Kevin Brown with 2 Minute Tuesday. See this guy? His name is Eric Walsh. He is a lay pastor in Georgia, and apparently, because of what he believes, he has been fired from his job in the health department system of the state of Georgia. I said Georgia. I didn't say California. I didn't say New York, some liberal place. I'm talking Georgia. See, it's interesting. In 2016 America, you can apparently believe anything that you want to believe unless it's biblical. What was this guy's crime? This guy's crime was, as a lay pastor, he quoted Scripture. He quoted the Bible about a protected group now that's been labeled as protected. He read Scripture from Romans chapter 1 and 1 Corinthians chapter 6. And because of that, and these sermon notes and a couple of YouTubes are on the internet, he was fired from his job in Georgia. Now, folks, do we not live in a tolerant society? Isn't that what we're told? That we're to be all-inclusive and unconditional love and tolerant? And yet we don't tolerate a guy like this gentleman. We tolerate Colin Kaepernick. He takes a knee at the national anthem, and we're to tolerate that. We tolerate Black Lives Matter. They don't like the police, and so we tolerate that. We're told to do so as Americans. We even have groups like the Little Sisters of the Poor, a group of nuns that have to tolerate the fact that the Obama administration says that they've got to provide abortifacients when it goes against their conscience as Catholics. We live in a society now where in Virginia there's a fight that's going to the Supreme Court now about whether or not a girl who feels like a boy can use a boy's bathroom. See, we're supposed to tolerate all these things. Colin Kaepernick, Black Lives Matter, transgendered in bathrooms, all of these things. But what about this guy? Apparently we cannot tolerate anything that's biblical. We tolerate all things, all belief systems. Can I ask you a question? If you think with me what has happened to this country over the last 40 or 50 years, could you imagine a Colin Kaepernick doing what he's doing in 1950? Could you imagine that the Little Sisters of the Poor would have to provide abortifacients in 1950? How about Black Lives Matter? How about all of these transgendered issues? We live in a tolerant, inclusive culture. So says everybody in America, except if you're a Christian, except if you're Eric Walsh. And so now you get fired from your job. Talk about discrimination. Talk about not being inclusive and showing unconditional love. Wow, the hypocrisy reeks. I hope in America that we can still allow people to believe in the Bible. This has been Kevin Brown with your 2 Minute Tuesday.